What's up, everybody, and welcome to the cave. I'm GrizzlyKaun, and we did it. We have come to the end of Season 1 of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, and what a wonderful ride it's been. So without further ado, let's get into Episode 6, The Morrow. Our final episode begins with Sir Lionel and a maester watching over Dunk as he recovers under his elm tree. As the maester tends to Dunk's wounds, Lionel tells Dunk that he should return with them to Storm's End, where they will hunt and hawk, sail. Lionel will even help Dunk to hone his sword fighting skills. But Lionel's offer is interrupted by the maester, who announces, "The man is dying, my lord. His wounds, they have mortified. It's beyond my abilities." In classic Lionel fashion, he replies, An itchy asshole is beyond your abilities, my friend. Begone, witch. Fuck off with you." "It's fine. You're fine. He's a terrible maester." Lionel continues his offer. "Come with me to Storm's End and I will love you like a brother. And if not, well, fuck you. I'll hate you like a brother." Dunk finally replies, "It's a fine offer, Lionel, but all I do is bring pain and suffering to those around me." Lionel tells Dunk that he's done the realm a kindness with Baelor being killed in the Trial of Seven, and the only good dragon is a dead dragon. Dunk becomes very upset at this. He just held this man as he died, dying for Dunk's innocence. "He gave his fucking life for me. Can you speak of him with a little respect, please?" But Lionel doesn't see what Baelor did to be this grand chivalrous act. "I fought for you," he says. "Harding, Beesbury, the fucking Apple Boy, we fought for you. Your prince fought for you against men sworn to protect him. He risked nothing, and the gods don't favor a fraud." Dunk replies, "Then why have they favored me?" Dunk is having a really hard time with coming to terms with why he, a lowly hedge knight, has survived this trial, while a great man who would be king has died. And it's a theme that lingers on several minds throughout this episode, not just Dunk. We then see the burning of Baelor Targaryen's body, where shortly after, Dunk comes to find Prince Valar, Baelor's son, to pay his respects. As Dunk tries his best, Valar remarks, "He died in my armor. Plenty of sons have died in their father's armor. How many fathers have died in their sons?" Valar continues, "He was still young. He had it in him to be a great king, the greatest since Aegon the Dragon. Why would the gods take him and leave you?" Only further cementing Dunk's feelings of guilt for Baelor's tragedy. "I've wondered the same." Dunk hobbles and limps his way through the market as Valar's words echo, "Begone with you, Sir Duncan," catching the gaze of everyone he passes in the streets, until he's called over by Raymond Fossaway. We come to find out that Raymond has been kicked out of the Fossaway tent because he abandoned Stefan's side at the trial. Raymond thinks Stefan is just jealous because he lost to his younger cousin at the first Trial of Seven in the past 100 years. And then Sir Dunk sees Raymond's newly painted shield containing his new house sigil, a green apple. Raymond says, "It's better to be an unripe green apple than a wormy red one." When all of a sudden, Rowan emerges from Raymond's humble tent. Rowan, of course, is one of the ladies of the night Sir Dunk ran into in his quest to find a knight to vouch for him to enter the tourney earlier in the season. Sir Raymond introduces her to Dunk as Rowan of the Green Apple Fossaways. It seems that Rowan and Raymond have fallen for a mutual bit of Florence Nightingale syndrome and were married in the night. "I had no squire to see to my wounds, and she offered to help me out of my armor. And anyway, she said I've got her with child now, so I figured we ought to get married." Rowan adds, "Feels like a boy."
You are not the father.
Dunk has no idea what to say. I think he definitely knows that Raymond's getting played, but what is he to say to his friend who is so excited and happy in the moment? Suddenly, a group of mounted Targaryen soldiers approach. Dunk has been summoned by Maekar at the castle, probably one of the last faces he wants to see right now, on top of feeling guilty for his brother's death. Maekar seemed like a total jerk the first time we meet him in episode 2, but he's quickly shown us over the rest of the season that maybe a lot of that is just the fact that he's lived in the shadow of his brother, something akin to Boromir and Faramir in Lord of the Rings. Maekar tells Dunk he's sending Arryn to the east to live in the Free Cities for a few years in hopes that it will change him for the better. This next discussion from Maekar is in the books, and I'm so happy that they left it in. "Some men will say I meant to kill my brother. The gods know it is a lie, but I will hear the whispers till the day I die." Dunk says, "You swung the mace, my lord, but it was for me Prince Baelor died. You will hear them whisper as well. The king is old. When he dies, each time a battle is lost or a crop fails, the fools will say Baelor would not have let it happen. but the hedge knight killed him. And it's true. The ramifications from this event are actually catastrophic. Who knows what better place the realm would be in if Baelor wasn't killed in the trial? Could it have prevented a slew of rebellions? Would Aegon still end up on the Iron Throne? The 7 or 9 realms, as Egg calls them, may never know. Dunk replies, "If I had not fought, you would have had my hand and foot. I sat under the tree this morning and I asked, could I have spared one? I mean, how can a foot be worth a prince's life?" Maekar asks, "And what answer does your tree give you?" Sir Dunk comes back with a gutsy remark, considering who he's talking to. "Mightn't be that some morrow will come when I'll have need of that foot, when the realm will have need of that foot even more than a prince's life?" To which Maekar replies, "Not likely. The realm has as many hedge knights as it has hedges." Maekar then gets to the real reason why he's had Dunk summoned to him. Maekar knows that Egg has taken a liking to Dunk, and he still wishes Egg to become a squire. However, Egg has told his father that he will serve none other than Sir Dunk. Maekar says he's an unruly boy, but Sir Dunk disagrees with him and says he's a good boy. He just needs a stern hand. Maekar wishes for Egg to become Dunk's squire with the stipulations that Dunk will come to Summerhall and swear his sword to Maekar. Dunk will too finish his training to become a full-fledged knight under Maekar's master at arms. Your Sir Arlen did all he could for you, I have no doubt, but you still have much to learn. This may come as a surprise to some folks. Like, this man who just lost his brother because of Dunk, why would he want to offer Dunk a place at his castle, in his court? But I think this largely has to do with Maekar seeing what Aerion has become over the years, and doesn't want to see Egg follow down the same path. Although he can place part of the blame for what happened to Baelor on Dunk's shoulders, Maekar knows deep down that what Dunk did to protect the innocent from his tyrant of a son was the right thing to do. So Dunk tells him, "I beg your pardon, my lord, I do, but I think I'm done with princes." We see that Egg has been listening in on the conversation, hoping that Sir Dunk would agree to be his master. As Dunk leaves Maekar, he comes upon Egg, who's looking sad. He asks Egg if he was listening, and Egg says no, but Dunk knows he's lying. "I can't, Egg, I'm sorry," says Dunk. And Egg replies, "Then maybe you're not the knight I thought you were." Before we move on, I gotta ask. Please tell me down in the comments what you thought of this finale. I loved it, and I hope you did too. Be sure to leave us a comment down below. We flash back to a bit just before the very opening scene of the series. Sir Arlen and Dunk sit beneath a tree as the sound of an approaching storm begins to roll in. Sir Arlen is telling Dunk the story of why knights nail a penny to an oak in the square when a lord calls his banners to war. If they return, they then take the penny down from the tree. However, he adds that it's often hard to find a spare bit of tree to nail a new penny. Dunk then asks as Arlen takes a breath, "Why did you never knight me? Did you think I'd leave you? I wouldn't have. Or was it something else?" As Arlen leans back against the tree with a blank stare as he takes his last breath. Dunk believes him to be dead and begins to cry. Suddenly, Sir Arlen takes a deep breath and says, "And that's why they call it Penny Tree. A true knight always finishes a story." I'm so torn by what this means. Did Sir Arlen actually knight Dunk before he died, like Dunk says? Or did he die before he got the chance, and Dunk either makes it up, or hallucinates himself being knighted in his grief? I guess we'll either find out in a later season, or never know the truth. I personally wouldn't mind the latter, because I think it plays into the theme and the main question of the show. What makes a true knight? Is it title, or the choices you make? We then jump to Dunk in a pub tent where they're holding a wake for Sir Beesbury. Sir Beesbury's coffin is in the room where they have placed a queen bee inside, causing a whole hive worth of bees to swarm inside of the coffin, and Raymond wonders, what type of bee magic is this? Dunk then notices Darren at a table drinking. Dunk holds hard feelings towards Darren, as with the addition to his accusation that Dunk kidnapped Egg, on top of the whole assaulting Aerion ordeal, Dunk feels Darren is to blame for all of these men being dead, and goes to confront him. Darren raises his hands in surrender and asks, "Will you take Egg to Squire?" Dunk still refuses, and Darren says, "You know, my brother wasn't always a little monster." Dunk thinks he's referring to Egg, but Darren corrects him. "I didn't mean Egg, but no doubt we'll make a man of him too. Perhaps the seeds of madness are sown in the womb, as the maesters say. But Aerion was once a glad child. He liked fishing." So Darren, just like his father, has the same hopes that if Dunk will accept Egg as his squire, then maybe he'll turn out to be a better man than Aerion. We cut to Egg moping on his bed when he notices in the mirror that his hair is growing back. the same color as his mad brother Arian, who caused this whole ordeal. The seeds of madness are indeed beginning to sow in this little boy's mind, especially after everything he's just gone through. Egg then enters Arian's chambers as he lays helplessly asleep, healing from his wounds acquired in the tourney. However, Egg is holding a knife behind his back. As he approaches ever closer to Arian, he's startled once he notices his father Maekar out of the corner of his eye, sitting watch over his wounded son. Maekar definitely knows what Egg is up to, but at the same time seems to understand what is going through Egg's mind. He simply stands up, puts his hands on Egg's shoulders with a much needed sign of affection as he drops the dagger to the floor. It seems Maekar's fears for Egg's future are coming true. There's a knock at the door. A guard has come to inform Maekar that Sir Dunk has requested an audience with him. Dunk has come to tell Maekar that he has decided he will take Egg on as a squire, but not at Summerhall. Dunk believes he could be better served away from castles and servants. He wishes to bring Egg on the road with him, sleeping in inns, stables, castles of lower lordlings, or under a tree when they must, the way that Dunk learned to be a knight. Maekar refuses to let Egg live the life of a peasant, sleeping in ditches and eating hard salt beef. But Sir Dunk replies, Darren never slept in a ditch, and all the beef Arian never ate was thick and rare and bloody. Basically saying, your other sons didn't either, and look how they're turning out. However, Maekar still refuses, saying, he is my last son. We then jump back to Dunk's camp where he is preparing Thunder and Chestnut to depart and set back out into the wilderness of Westeros, when all of a sudden he hears the whinny of another horse approaching. It's Sweetfoot! Raymond bought back Sweetfoot for Dunk as he heard Sir Lionel wanted Dunk to return to Storm's End with him, and as Storm's End is a sad place, he figured a friendly face might brighten it up for him. However, Dunk informs him that he won't be going with Lionel. Dunk plans to put this whole ordeal behind him, and who can blame him? Raymond says he plans to open a new barreling outfit in the cider business. But anyway, at least Dunk has Sweetfoot back. Dunk says, no, she's not mine anymore. Besides, I think an orchard might serve her better. So Dunk gives Sweetfoot to Raymond as a parting gift to their friendship and all that Raymond has done to help Dunk. Before Dunk leaves, however, he carves a hole in a penny to nail it to the elm tree that he has called home, perhaps suggesting that he will one day come back to claim this penny when he's returned from an adventure that leads him to become the knight he promised Sir Arlen he would always be. As he's about to mount Chestnut to depart, Egg shouts from behind him, Sir Duncan! My lord father says I am to serve you. Dunk replies, serve you, sir. Chestnut's yours. Treat her kindly, and I don't want to find you on Thunder unless I put you there. Our heroic duo set out upon the open road, and Egg asks, where are we going, sir? Sir Dunk says, don't know. Suppose we could go anywhere in the 7 kingdoms, though I've never been to Egg interrupts. 9 kingdoms, sir. He's not technically wrong as he names them off and counts them on his fingers. The 7 Kingdoms is just something that's stuck since earlier in Westeros history, before the acquisition of Dorne and other lands. Egg says, I've never been over the Red Mountains before, and I hear there's great puppet shows in Dorne, as our heroes continue on down the road, followed by the spirit of Sir Arlen, the leading example of what it means to be a chivalrous knight, until he makes a hard left away from Dunk and Egg, leaving the duo to set out on their own adventure. Just when we think it's over, we're greeted to the sight of the whole Targaryen family packing up to leave Ashford Meadow Castle and return home. However, Maekar looks distraught as he rides up and down the line looking for someone. Where's Aegon? Our guard says, I've not seen him, my prince. I'll ask the Septons. And as the finale comes to a close, Maekar yells, where the fuck is he? And with that, ladies and lords, we come to the end of the first season of A Knight of the 7 Kingdoms. This show has been fantastic, a much needed breath of fresh air in storytelling as of late, and definitely my favorite series of the year so far. Even though the episodes were short, I'm very happy they released them weekly, as this has been a fantastic show to follow, and it deserves all the weeks of attention and praise that it's received. I hope that they can keep to the books and the source material for future seasons like they did with this one, because they have something really special on their hands if they can continue to treat the show with the respect and care that they have. Overall, I couldn't be happier with the show, and I cannot wait for more. I'm very interested to see how the changed ending will affect the story going forward, as Egg leaving with Dunk against his father's will at the end is definitely a change from the book. Will it cause strife between Maekar and Dunk in the future? Guess we'll just have to wait and see. But I can promise that while we wait, I'll be here, breaking down all kinds of other shows and movies, and when it comes time, we will find out how Dunk and Egg's tables turn together. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and be sure to subscribe to the channel to get updates on other reviews and breakdowns that we get into. I'm also doing some weekly gaming live streams, so be sure to keep an eye out for those. So my friends, it's been an honor breaking down this first season of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms with you. I look forward to breaking down more future Westeros stories. I'm GrizzlyKaun, and remember, the cave is always open.